for me over here.
If you want to take Max.
Go to Max 1 just for a second here. Courtney's got it dragged out here so you can see some of the places that'll be in the path of the storm. Here's Fort Valley. It may pass just a little bit to your west here, but some other places, 7 days up.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I was just starting to type something.
Disregard that 7 day right there. Here we go. Here is a look at the tornado warning. Again, you can see Fort Valley right here. So again, it's going to kind of pass by maybe toward the west a little bit. And again, you can see some of the places in the path of the storm. Roberta's included in that cone around 4 o'clock. This warning goes until 4 o'clock. And we can go on back now to Max 2. And let's check in on the numbers. This is velocity mode that we're in. This is not your normal rain mode. So you're looking at a gate-to-gate shear of 77 miles per hour. So you're talking about a pretty tight rotation going on right here. There's clearly something spinning in the storm, whether or not it's on the ground. So if anybody can hear me that is in Houston County, southern Houston County first to see what came through there, or in Peach County, I would wait for this to come on through. Impressive signature for tornado right here. Again, it's moving toward the northwest at 35, and if you stay with that course, it's probably going to go kind of like that. So it may just kind of graze by Fort Valley a little bit, but be ready here, Fort Valley, especially if you're on the west side of town as this is coming in, because there could be, it could be just up in the atmosphere, or it could be actually on the ground. Maybe sometimes they'll skip and jump. Somebody new? Austin? Okay, let me go to that. All right, so we're going to what we call the CC here. This is going to show us. How are you seeing it there on radar scope? Is it looking better with you?
Yeah, down there, that lower portion. I don't have a mic on, sorry.
Yeah, all right.
There, that's.
No damage reports in Houston County as of right now. Okay, so we're seeing the signature of maybe a debris ball there. There could be some lofted debris. It could be things like limbs, siding, things like that. It's where the storm is now. I know it's not showing up a ton, but this is another product that we look at if we're trying to pick that stuff up. Let's go back to velocity. Clear signature of a tornado here. Again, it's just a question of whether or not it's on the ground, but treat it like it's on the ground and go back and check some more numbers. Again, you're still looking at 70 plus mile an hour gate-to-gate shear. Gate-to-gate, once again, means these pixels. So one to the other. One is spinning away from the radar, one is spinning towards. So what you get is you get spin right there. And the closer they are together, the higher those wind speeds are, then that's where you're getting like a ballerina. Again, when she pulls her arms in, she spins around faster. Okay, Sierra, where are we going? Peach County, EMA. Thomas, are you on with us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what you seeing out there?
I've got units headed out that way. Looks like we've got a severe thunderstorm that's capable of producing a tornado around the St. Louis area, which is south east of Fort Valley, and it's moving northwest kind of towards the city. So I've got some units headed out that way now. They did spot it on radar. National Weather Service spotted some rotation, and it looked like they had seen some debris. So we've got units headed that way now to check it out. Our sirens are activated and hoping everybody will take shelter.
Okay. Yeah, I hear your sirens right there, I think, in the background, and
yes,
at least
sir.
some of your alerts going off. Yeah, I want to point out, too, this is an actual tornado warning here. So this is a full-blown tornado warning, and if I had to bet, there will probably be some damage from this. I don't know if it's on the ground the whole time, but it is skipping around. Thomas Doles, thanks, and we'll probably be talking through you off and on as we go through tonight. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
All right. So again, 70 to 75 mile per hour gate-to-gate shear. Once again, that means that these pixels next to each other, they're very close. That is a very tight rotation, so that means it's pretty legit. And it's looking like it's heading toward Fort Valley, and it's going to be on the west side maybe of town, but too close to not go ahead and get in your safe spot. Okay, so it's going to kind of do this. We go back to Max 2, please. And I can show you it's going to kind of do this right here where it's to the west of town. But it's, again, if you are just on the outside of Fort Valley, any little movement toward the north here, and then you're going to get more into town. Folks in Fort Valley can remember when we had Katrina come in. That hurricane was way over in New Orleans, as you know, but those outer bands had tornado warnings in it, and we had some damage there in Fort Valley. New scan coming in right here now. This is a very, very well-defined tornado here. And are we checking those sky cams to see if we can see it on any of them? Look at the gate-to-gate shear at 123 miles per hour on this storm. This is a serious situation here if you are in Fort Valley, to the south of town, and what's going to be on the west side of town. I want you to get into the centermost room of your house, away from windows now. If you're in an upper floor, get down to the bottom. A bathroom with no windows would be a fantastic place. 123 mile per hour gate-to-gate shear on this. Clearly a very tight, spinning, and damaging tornado possible here. And this one's running longer than normally they do in a tropical system. Usually they're pretty short-lived, kind of brief spin-ups. This one is holding on here, and Fort Valley is going to be very close to this. Let's go ahead and get in on some roadways here. And it is running, and see if you're familiar with any of this. University Boulevard, Carver Drive. Somebody refresh me on this. I'm not too familiar. If we're that close in, University Boulevard, where is Fort Valley State? There's State University Drive. This has got to be right near the school of Fort Valley State. Yep. This one is rolling right through Fort Valley State. So if you are watching us from that area, or you know somebody, students that are in that area, they need to get down. Hopefully that whole campus is on alert right now. There's the new scan. It has already made its way past the campus now and is maybe fluctuating a little bit in intensity, but still some of the numbers are around 100 miles per hour for the gate-to-gate shear. 123 was the highest we have seen now. So this is Fort Valley. This is right near downtown, but it is on the Fort Valley State side here on the south and southwest side. This is heading toward Christopher Circle and Clive Boulevard, Flint Drive, Carnation Drive. Let's see some other places. I'm trying to get out ahead of it because it's moving at 35 miles per hour here. There's Peggy Drive, Amy Circle, Carnation Road. Any of these places are the next place in that path. No word on Skycams, is that right? Still can't, we're probably too far away. Butler Auto Storm Lab, if we have that, and that one hasn't gone out yet, that might be an area here. I think we're going to find some damage in this place here. I know that Brett is out there looking around. He's heading in that direction. We need to angle him more toward Peach County now. Fort Valley to Fort Valley State University. We have had no reports of damage in Houston County, but this is where it has been the most impressive. So it has really tightened up and become what's pretty large as far as the tornado is concerned, as far as speed. Okay. All right, this is a current 360 photo from Warner Robins from Oxton Subdivision. Corner of 41 and Russell Parkway, okay? Jeremiah Johnson, we appreciate you sending that in. I'm not exactly sure which direction we're looking at here, and I don't think this is part of what we're seeing there. This looks to be mainly clouds. And now if we're looking more toward the west, it could be buried in all that stuff way back there, but thanks for the picture. We appreciate it. Let's go on back to Peach County. This is west of Fort Valley. It is still very tightly wound. Very curious, concerned about what's going on at Fort Valley State to see if any damage there. It's back to having gate-to-gate shear at 114 miles per hour. So this is a serious situation in Peach County right now. Heed those sirens, the warnings. If you are anywhere in Peach County, especially west of Fort Valley, you need to be down and waiting for this thing to pass on through. This is just the outside edge of Hurricane Michael. This is where our first tornado threat is going to be. Then later tonight we get into more of the actual eye of the storm, kind of sustained winds and gusty winds. Heading toward the Hartley area now. Let's get on into some more roads. Beverly Road, between Christopher Circle and Sunset Drive, Peggy Drive, Marion Drive, Amy Circle, any of these neighborhoods, if you're familiar with that, Aldridge Road, Lawson Merritt Road, Cleveland Road, Hartley Road, Greer Road. By the time we get our next scan in, it will probably already be to those places. So the Hartley area, and you can see where Fort Valley is even though I'm kind of standing in front of it here. Fort Valley is downtown here, but it went right through here on the south and west side of town. Again, Fort Valley State University is, hopefully they're doing okay there, but that was a 123 mile per hour rotation going on right over the campus there for just a little bit. Yes? A viewer called and said they've spotted a funnel cloud in Camp John Hope near Fort Valley. That makes sense. Casey, thank you for that information that's coming in. Let's go ahead and look on down the road here. Crawford County, this is next. You're going to be moving into the southern part of Crawford County. There's zenith right here. It won't take but a few more minutes here, and this is going to leave Peach and go into Crawford. And again, it's moving toward the northwest. So much like it did with Fort Valley on its south and west side, it will be similar to that in the Roberta area. This is going to run right up through Crawford County here in just a little bit. And with each scan that comes in, it either stays as intense as it is, or sometimes it even picks up in intensity. This is where the actual rotation is. Again, by the time we get the new scan in, it may be farther toward, it will be farther toward the north and west. It may already have skipped over Beverly Road at that point. We still haven't gotten the new scan in yet. Guys, y'all looking any other ripples you see out there? Austin, yes.
Yeah, so check this out. So I've been tracking the tornado over here on our GR2 analyst radar, and it produces an algorithm that can tell you the probability of a tornado on the ground. And with that strongest gate-to-gate shear here, GR2 analyst still giving a 41% chance that there is an EF1 tornado within that strongest gate. So still a very dangerous storm there.
Good information, Austin Cheney. We appreciate it. He's watching over there with a different product that we're looking at. Courtney's over there. Team coverage going on here, watching it from every angle. We're not just keeping an eye on this cell here. All these other waves of rain. If you're in other parts of central Georgia and you've got rain coming in with little clusters, any of those could rotate at any given time. Fortunately, this is the only one right now. This new scan still looks impressive on the front end here. Not as much on the back. So hopefully this will be the beginning of this calming down a little bit here, but we're still looking at, well, that's the road name, we know what that is. Still looking at some 60, 70 mile per hour shear here with this. So yeah, the potential for a tornado is still there. And again, this could be that it's starting to come down and weaken down. When I say come down, I don't mean touchdown. Weaken down a little bit, or maybe it's just cycling here a little bit. Maybe it's going to fire back up a little bit more in a second. Again, Fort Valley is here. Hartley, now you're getting into the county line, heading over, about to cross over into Crawford County in just a second. Let's say that this continues the way it's going with the same kind of speed. And here's your county line here, Cleveland Road. So you're leaving Peach County then at this point. And heading toward the northwest at 35 miles per hour. So it's got some pretty good speed on it. Let's go farther up the road here. These are places that if it holds together will be next. Leap Hope Road, Tribble Road, Cummings Lane. We get into something Springs Road. I have to move up for that. Rackley Road. So you get into right near the Crawford Peach line here. That's next if it holds together. All right, I'm going to go. Sewell Road in Elko from Marcy Knoll, sitting in this picture right here. And what we're seeing is the potential for, some hanging down scud clouds, usually what we call them. Can't confirm if that's anything as far as a funnel cloud, but obviously some rotation going on out there this afternoon. And again, things are kind of rain wrapped. You may have rotation that could be farther up actually in the storm as opposed to on the ground. But we appreciate that picture, and we're going to be seeing lots of pictures and videos as we go through tonight. Yes, download our app, by the way. It's a great thing to have. Now is a good time. In the App Store there, Google Play, you can do the same thing, and we're going to have so much information in there. Also, while I'm talking about this, you need to be charging your phones, tablets, laptops, whatever it is you have, because we do expect widespread power outages tonight through the overnight once Michael actually gets here. These are, what is this right here? Okay, this is the Perry Skycam looking far west here, but it's way out of reach for this camera now as we look over I-75 looking toward the west. Again, back to charging everything that you have. If you've got some of those external other chargers that you can use later, go ahead and charge those up so then you have something to charge your phone, laptops, everything, because we do anticipate that we'll see a lot of power outages overnight tonight, because this is overall a comparison to what we saw with Irma last year, and this is still to come tonight. In some places, not trying to hype it up or scare anybody, but it could be a little bit worse than what we saw with Irma. All right, so I'm going to go to the big picture here for a second until we get a new scan in. If you look at it on the reflectivity, meaning like the rain view here, it's not showing up to be like a big hook or anything. It's mainly there on velocity mode that we see it. Okay, so I'm going to try to slow this down just a touch here. And this is the big picture right now. Outside edge, you can get the idea that this is the northeast quadrant. This is the top edge of Hurricane Michael now, and all of these little bitty cells, we're keeping an eye on each individual one. And this one may stay going with a tornado warning, or it may fall apart in a second, and then all of a sudden another one will be the one that we're focusing in on. Some heavy rain here as you go to the west of Jones County. I don't know, I know that Courtney and Austin are checking in on all these, and as soon as they see something either in the chat room or something that is perking up as far as velocity and they see some spin and some rotation there, we'll jump to one of those other storms. Lawrence County right now, seeing rain moving on up. Again, we could take the Dublin Skycam, all we'd be seeing is rain right now. But this one is the one we've been most concerned with right there. It was in southern Houston County through Peach and now into Crawford County. I'll be amazed if we don't get some damage reports near the Fort Valley State area when it was most intense. All right, let's go back and do a check now to velocity mode. All right, still showing a little bit there. Let's see, we can go that, this. I'm hoping that this is broadening out some now. Still seeing some strong shear in there, but it's more of the winds going away from the radar. There's the new scan, and that looks better.
The chat mentions that it's weakening.
It is weakening. The chat, you said mentioning that it's weakening? Yeah, you can tell it's coming down. It's broadening out now. So good news, Crawford County. Hopefully it stays that way and it continues to fall apart. We've been watching some of these over the past hour or so that kind of look like this, and they don't even get warned for because it's not tight enough yet of a rotation, or maybe they want to watch another scan or two to see how this is going to play out. So this is a good sign, and we hope that that continues. Regardless, until then, the National Weather Service is going to go until 4 with this warning as it goes northwest at 35. This is the second warning for this storm. Started back in southern Houston County and then now continues into Crawford County. So Crawford, that's good news for now. While we have this moment, that looks like the warning just dropped. Did they just cancel it?
Yes.
All right, the tornado warning is now canceled, so that's good news. We have crews that will be checking in. We so far have heard from Houston County that there's no damage there. Peach County, I would have to imagine there's a different story there unless it just did not touch down. But gate-to-gate shear, 123 miles per hour up in the atmosphere and never came down. That would be fortunate if that were the case. Looking ahead later tonight, and we're going to have a special hour-and-a-half newscast coming up. We're going to go from 5 to 6:30. There will be no Andy today. And it's all going to be focusing in here on Michael preparation, what we expect for overnight tonight, into the day tomorrow. Still a Category 4, very strong. It was at 155 mile per hour sustained winds when it came on shore a couple hours ago between Tyndall Air Force Base and Mexico Beach, right there, Panama City in that area. Now it has dropped to 150. That doesn't sound like much, but it does show you that now we're over land. This should start to kind of weaken down, but it's going to take a while. That is a massive hurricane. So it's going to take some time. It very well tonight, as we get on into the later hours, 9 to 10 o'clock, especially in places like Cordele, still could be at hurricane force winds, maybe a Category 1, and then dropping into tropical storm force winds as it comes through. The path should take it right through the core of central Georgia. It will be a direct hit as far as that is concerned. We just hope that the winds are coming down some when it comes in. If you are anywhere in the orange shaded, so all of central Georgia tonight has the potential for tropical storm force winds. That means greater than 40 miles per hour. And then when you get into the pink shaded area, you're talking about a hurricane warning. So I know you usually think, well, hurricane warnings, that's usually for the coast. Well, this is such a big storm that even this far inland is still going to have some steam when it comes in. So we could be looking, I'm not saying it will happen, but we've been looking at some wind speeds that are 70 plus, 80 plus mile per hour wind gusts. So that's why I was saying that the parts of this are going to be worse probably than what we saw with Irma last year. Here is a look at the track. And again, you can see it coming through right through the core tonight, and then through tomorrow morning it leaves. Your probability of having tropical storm force winds, what is the potential for anybody in central Georgia? It's nearly 100%. So you're talking about that is at least Irma winds right there, that it's a near slam dunk for that tonight. It's not going to be everywhere. There will be pockets. There will be some wind gusts that pick up higher than other places. It's almost luck of the draw when it comes to that. How about hurricane force winds? Well, until it becomes a tropical storm, at least at the very beginning here in our southwestern counties, pretty good chance for anywhere from Dooley County, Crisp County to having hurricane force winds that would be in excess of 74 miles per hour, at least at the onset tonight. I have so many models that I could show you as far as wind gusts tonight. We could do the whole GFS, Euro dance all over the place. I'm intentionally just going with the high resolution rapid refresh here. This is the HER model. This one it's hourly. It comes out hourly. It doesn't go out as far, but we get more data up front here. So I want to show you a potential for as we go through. Here's around 6, 7 o'clock tonight. So by the time we get on into our newscast time in a little bit, winds should start to be picking up here in Cordele. And then we get into around 10 o'clock tonight. You can see the numbers to 11 o'clock. And this is kind of worst case scenario. You can see the eye of the storm right here. So it's going to come right through the core of central Georgia, possibly still, at least at the beginning, as near a low-end Category 1 hurricane at that point. Then we start to get into hopefully more tropical storm force winds, which could be 40-something, 50-something, 60-something mile per hour wind gusts. And then by the time we get into the early morning hours tomorrow, still gusty here at 5 a.m. And then it'll eventually start to move away, and that's where that model drops out. Court, what do you have? I hear maybe some pictures, is that correct?
Yes, we do have some photos. Also watching an area that's in southern Crawford right now too. They have a significant weather advisory in place, so we'll have to watch for that if you want to keep an eye on that, Ben. So right now, this is a video from Fort Valley State University that was sent in from Ariel Jackson. Thank you so much for sending this in. Absolutely amazing. This was, she said that she was walking somewhere near campus. So please be safe. Of course, remember, if you are sending us any photos, be sure to do so when it is safe to do so. Here is a very impressive photo from Graham Lavender. This was in Houston County when there was that warning issued just a few minutes ago. So thank you for your photo. That's extremely impressive. Again, please be sure to send us your photos just when it is safe to do so. That's really impressive. We can go on to the next one. I believe we are taking out to Panama City Beach, Florida. We have video from there. We don't have video from Panama City, Florida. Either way, what we're talking about right now is these rain bands starting to enter central Georgia. We're going to have to continue to watch. Significant weather advisories are coming out left and right. So some of these bands are capable, of course, of producing possible tornadoes, and we will continue to watch that. And with that being said, we will toss it back over to you, Ben.
All right, Courtney, thanks. Just one more check again, just to show you south of Roberta here in Crawford County. We're still seeing a little bit of broad rotation here, but not enough for a tornado warning. We're going to keep an eye on that, see if that flares back up. Everywhere else, mainly just rain that is moving rapidly through, and we'll see if anything fires back up. We may come on the air in a little bit with another tornado warning, hopefully not. If we don't, then we will see you at 5 o'clock and we'll do an hour-and-a-half long show. Once we get into later on tonight, we have the 10 o'clock show on our CW channel and then the 11 o'clock show right here on 13 WMAZ. I anticipate that once we get into that time, it's game on. Then through the overnight hours, it's going to be a very long night. So we'll have all the information you need. Still watching this storm again. So stay with us. Facebook page, Facebook Live. We're all over the place. Team coverage everywhere. We'll see you in a little bit.